So today we are discussing about the topic ISO OSI reference model as part of computer network. So all we know about what is a computer network and what are the use of network, what is the main advantage of network, something like that. So in that computer network, we can be just remember that here we discussing the ISO OSI reference model. So in these topics, we just discuss about what is an OSI reference model, what are the concept of the reference model, and what are the functions of different in this actual what is a function of what is the structure of that OSI reference model. So let me introduce myself. That is, I am Srinivas NK, senior instructor from Government ITA Kayankulam. So let's we come to the point. So first of all, we think about what is an ISO. That means ISO extension. That means that's the same as that's an abbreviation of is International Standards Organization. That means it's an international organization for standardization. It's an organization for performing a international organization for standardization. It is established in 23rd February 1947. That means the worldwide a standard organization that which used to we can be general consultative status. So in that organization we can be give general consultative status. So it's also introduced. That means is that mean be that's organization will be done in 23rd February 1947. So the full form of the ISO is the International Standard Organization. That is an international organization for standardization. Okay. So what is OSI? The OSI means is the Open System Interconnection. That means OSI. That is an Open System Interconnection. So here we discuss that means that what is an OSI model. Okay, I hope you all you can be see my slide. So first of all, we can be see that ISO and OSI. So in what is this OSI reference model? Okay, so let's we can be go to that next slide that we can be see what is that OSI reference model. So what is the use of OSI reference? That means OSI reference model. So next one is OSI model background. So what is the use of or what OSI reference model? Actually, this OSI reference model introduced in 1978 and is also revised in 1984. Okay, so in this OSI model background, we can be see that is already introduced. That means is already introduced in 1978 and revised in 1984. So what is the actual purpose of this OSI model? Because of when we communicating to host, something like that, it keep a standards for in that particular functions. Something like that. We all know about how data can be transferred to one system to another host or one host to another host. Okay, so in that slide we can see introduced in 1978 and revised in 1984. So next we can be see that formulate the communication process into structured layer. That's the important thing in that OSI reference model. So in this OSI reference model, we can be that communication process. In this OSI reference model, communication process occurred in a structured layer. That means in OSI reference model, the communications are occurred in different layers. Each layers having each functions and each properties. Some we can be see that each layer having each function. So next there are seven layers in model. So in OSI reference model, we can be see that there are seven model, that's seven layer. So it's also called as 7-layer model. So there are a 7-layer model. So there's also known as 7-layer model. So another name of that OSI reference model is a 7-layer model. Okay. The model act as the frame of the reference in the designation of communication and networking process. This is designed for a communication. That's why I already tell that this layer is already designed for the communication and networking products. So when your two hosts will be communicating, what's the reference, what are the functions to be performed in that particular model. Okay, so these are, first of all, we said that is introduced in 1978 and is revised in 1984. And this formulated the communication process into structured layer. That's the important main thing. In OSI reference model, the communication occurred in structured layer. Okay, so in this OSI reference model has in 7 layers. We discussed later the what are the layers and what are the name of the layers and what are the function of that layers. So in this OSI reference model, there are 7 layers in model, hence the name that 7 layers, or also named as a 7-layer model. Okay, the model act as the frame of the reference in the design of the communication and networking products. Okay, I hope that's this is OSI. What is OSI model? And this is 7-layer model. Okay, so we can be discuss what are the different layers in the OSI difference model. Okay, that means these are the 7 layers in this OSI reference model. So in this OSI reference model, we already said that is a 7-layer concept. So in this 7-layer concept, we can be set these layers in up to down or down to up. I just explained that. That means, first of all, we said that these are the layers in OSI reference model. Application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and physical. So in these 7 layers, these are the 7 layers in OSI reference model. So here we can be see that I just put the number as up to down. That means 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because we can tell these layers as up to down or down to up, but the order will not be changed any case, because we can be said that application layer, presentation layer, section layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer, or up to down to up. That means physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, section layer, presentation layer, and application layer. How we can be said this up to down or down to up? We can be considered when sender host and receive host. Do you know host? That means when a system, we considered a two systems. That means one is a sender and another one is receiver. So the data process occur in this reference model vice versa. That means at the time of sending and at time of receiving, the function will be occur in vice versa. That's we can be said that, or otherwise we can be said application to physical, or we can be said that in physical to application. But this order will not be changed at the in case of any communication. Because these are the 7 layers. So what are these? Application layer, presentation layer, section layer, transport layer, network layer, and data link layer, physical layer. These are the 7 layers. So we can be considered, that means some these layer concept we just commonly, that means we can be just in another 2 names. That means commonly we can be said these names with 2 names as a upper layer and lower layers. That we can be divide these layers, that means application, presentation, session, transport, and network layer. Up to this layer we just framed as upper layers. So in OSA reference model, this only we can be said that upper layers and lower layer. So application layer, presentation layer, section layer, transport layer, and network layer. These 5 layers already known as upper layers, and data link layer, physical layer, is known as lower layer. So in these two naming also to be given to this reference model. So what are the upper layers? Application layer, presentation layer, section layer, transport layer, and network layer. The last one is data link layer and physical layer. So in this we can be see one thing also, one middle layer is there. So at the case of up to down and down to up, one middle layer is, that is transport layer. So whenever we can be said that the middle layer is a transport layer. Time of receiving at the time of sending, this only said that is a middle layer is a transport layer. So the app in the time of sending, first we attend this application presentation session. Then after at the time of receiving, we can become that physical and network layer. Okay, so these are the main different concepts. These are the 7 layers in that OSI reference model. So first of all, this name is important because this we can be said that these particular name can be at something in different functions, can be explained that particular function of that layers. So here we must identify the different layers and this order: application, presentation, section, transport, network, data link, and physical layer. Okay, then actual we can be see that how a node communication, that means node means a system, that means how two system to be communicated in that particular layers or in that particular layer concept. Then we can be see that in next slide. Okay, so this is a role of layers. In this you can see that node A and node B, these are the two nodes. This is node A and this is a node B. We considered as a node A as one sender or node B as a one another host. So node A send one message or one message to node B. This application process, the application layer transfer data to presentation layer, and this presentation layer the transfer occur to that physical layer, and this vice versa. Node B send one data reply to node A is already transferred from application data, and presentation data it's come from physical layer and that presentation layer and application layer. You just see this image and remind about this image, because after we study this function we can thorough how we can be the layer communication process will be occurs. We already said that there are 7 layers, but in case we don't in this figure we not notice or we can be not show that other layers, because in that communication process user can know. So user don't know what the process will be occur. User cannot feel there are such a like are layers in between that communication. Okay, so users does not feel like a layers function or layers transmission occurs between our two communication. That's a main advantage. That's next one is next we can be said that the role of when a point to point communication, we can be see that That means only two hosts. There no any other subnets or network at the time of point-to-point network. How we can be the occur or which are communicate. In this case of a network communication, this process will be occur. In the case of point-to-point communication, that means we can be see that point-to-point communication. That means this communication between layers, that means 7 and presentation. The main one thing is also there, the present up presentation layer. So the data communication between layer we can be considered data encapsulation means occur in application between application and presentation, and data stripping will be occur in presentation and section layer. Okay, so these are the actual communication between the layers. So in ISO SA reference model, these are the main communication between the layers and data encapsulation and data stripping. So okay, so we already said that previous slide, there's also a role of the layers, the data communication occur to upper layer to down lower layer, and this communication between the layers, the data encapsulation and data stripping. So next of we can be see what are the peer-to-peer a communication. When point-to-point communication, there is a one node and only another node is there. No other participant in that particular network. So point-to-point consideration, the application layers directly communicated to physical address and the physical address to application node. There's only any other communication between node A and node B, because there is no other network subnet or something like that. So there is no other communication. So in this case of point-to-point communication, there's only node A communicate node B. There's only physical and physical transaction. Okay. So application layer and presentation layer, section layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. In that point-to-point communication, this is only virtual communication. We can be see that is physical to physical connection occur to nodes, and that application will be through get that message. Okay. So next we can be see that actual virtual communication between two nodes. Here we already said that point-to-point communication nodes, but as considered virtual communication between layers. Thus we can be see that actually virtual, how virtually the layer means two node communication will be happen. Here we can be see that two arrows. Here first one is application layer connection on arrow and network layer connection arrow. How we can be put like this arrow? Here in this OSI reference model, whenever one user will be sent one message or node A, there are two nodes, node A and node B, and node A send one message to node B. In actually in real life we can just only feel their send. We already you are using something like that, WhatsApp, email, and online call. Application net layers to application layer communication process will be occur. We feel only like that one application layer communication. So user can any feel such a like an process occur in that particular process. So actually in virtual the network to network layers. That means actually in that reference model, network layer and network layer process will be occur. That communication, because when we can be see that in that layers, network, both of that network layers having a virtual communication in that particular network. Okay, so in virtually we can be say that the application layers that communicated and network layers also communicated, but we can be just like that only 1.2 like we can be said that what are the different functions and what are that different layers functions of that particular or one by one layers. We can be considered one by one layers. Okay, so what are that layers? First of all, we said that 7 layers are there. We can be next discuss about what are the main function or what are the main function of that different layers. Okay, so first of all, it takes as what are the first layer we consider as that what is the application layer. So in application layer, we already said that is the topmost layer. In ISO OSA reference model, this application layer is the topmost layer. In this layer is transferring of the file, distributing the result to user, also done by this layer. Here we can be that we can be use one system to sending some message. Here also we can be said or main function that is application layer is networking application is also there, and different protocols are there, file transferring, web serving, email and virtual terminal. Here we can be said that transferring of file and distributing the result to the user is also done in this layer. And one more thing, this layer mainly hold the application program to act upon the receiver and to be the send data. I will give one example. And we can be using Google Chrome or Mozilla as a what's browsers. These also come in this net application layer, and some other protocols, something we using different protocols, something like that HTTP and HTTPS and FTP, NFS, SMTP, DHCP, something like that. These all the protocols are come in that particular protocols, all are come in particular application. So network application and Google Chrome, Mozilla, Outlook, Skype and protocols. We already said that HTTP, HTTPS, FTP and FNTP, something like that. These all are come under this application layer. So what are the main function of this application layer is transferring of the file, distributing result to the user, because the application user is the main intermediator between this reference model and user, because user only can be communicate with this application layer only, because user can identify, user cannot get any like or touch with another layers. Okay, so next we can be said that one more example for file transferring we can be use FTP, and web surfing we can be use HTTPS or HTTP, and for email we can be use SMTP, for virtual terminals we can be use the 10x. So in these all are under with this application layer. So these are the main function of application layer. So we can be considered as next. That means next layer. The next layer, presentation layer. Presentation, actually in this presentation layer, we can be see as data, the data in such a way that will understand the information and will able to use the data. Actually, in simple way, we can be presentation layer. That means like notes, uh, presentation layer. Presentation layer, we can be see that translation occur such as to EBCDA code and vice versa, EBCDA code to ASCII code. So, and this main second will be we can be receive the data, transform the data ready by the application layer, and this presentation layer will be transfer the data to application layer, and they can be receive the data from application layer, and also the translation will be occurred soon. Okay, so next we can be see language syntax. We already said that this ANSI to ECDB, the language syntax can be difference of two communication systems. This layer, this layer this layer is such a this layer a role of play a role such as like a translator. So here we already said that data compression and encryption also done in this layer. What is data compression? So when we having the large amount of data, something like that, we already have want to send some kind of or 10 MB data file to transmit. Then the presentation layer convert that 10 MB data to smaller size. Something they are convert that to 5 MB data. So it's easy to transfer. Is or otherwise the transferring time will be less. So the data compression occur in that particular layer. So present the data compression will be occur and data encryption. What is encryption? Encryption means we can be secure our data. Only the host and destination can be get that particular data. So data encryption will be occur in that particular presentation layer. Something we can be use something like that secure socket layer protocol, something like that we use in that particular presentation layer because for encryption of our data. So in this presentation layer, we already said that translator is ASCII to EBDC code and data compression occur in that particular layer, and data encryption and decryption occur in that presentation layer. So that's the main important thing. Data compression and data encryption is also done in that particular layer. In that case of receiver, its opposite will be occur. That means data decompression and data decryption also done in that particular presentation layer, and this transfer to data to application layer and layer, because the presentation layer is the between layer. layer between application and section layer. Okay, so let's we discuss about that next layer, that is session layer. What is section layer? In section layer, we can be see one thing, that means manage and synchronize the conversation between two different applications. That means when we done, I will give one example. We having one browser and different windows, and first window we can be log into one Facebook account, and first of all we can be done another, when we can be done something like that another account, something Gmail, and whenever we closing one window, still remain the another window as stable. Their effect don't affect any other windows. So this kind of session will be keep in this section layer. So because of this, we can be send different data, something like that. We can be see one thing. We have here about that APIs. That means application programming interface. That means section will be given in particular one by one sessions. That is section layer the main role behind that. So stream of data are marked and resynchronized properly, so that end of the message are not cut permanently and the data loss is avoided. And then this case, the synchronization resynchronize the old data that already told that skip one section between one or two windows. In this main case, in this session layer, three things or two things will be happening: authentication and authorization. What is authentication? That means a user authentication. That means is a perfect user, or this perfect user is not given the username and password as a authentication, user verification. And what is authorization? Authorization means is permission. So someone having permission, someone having no permission. So these are all done. So application layer, presentation layer, next layer. So these are the main functions of the set layer: authentication and authorization. And one more thing, we can consider one file, something like that, having different text and video, something like that. In our web server, these all text, image, all are saved in different location or different file. But key which belong, that means this section will then perform a function. Key which file belongs, that means particular image file belongs particular function, or which file will be occur in that particular file. So this in that session layer. Okay, so next of all we next introduce about, so let's we can be considered that next layer as transport layer. What is the transport layer? Transport layer is that we can be see that one thing, transport layer is design the data transmission, or this design data transmission should be a parallel path or single path. And functions such as multiplexing, segmenting or splitting the data, and convert the message into smaller units. In this transport layer, it's designed the data transmission should be parallel path or single path. That means is a how the data can be transmitted in a particular path. There is a single path or path layer. Its decision will be taken from this transport layer. This decides the data function such as like multiplexing or segmenting or splitting on the data is also done in this transfer layer. So in this transfer layer, we need three functions. Here we already flow control and error control. So in segmentation, we can be divided. That means that particular segment, we can be divide that particular data into segment. So this segment having a sequence number and port number, because the sequence number having the order and port number having port control means is the amount of data to be transmitted. So that's the flow control. So the data traffic will be occurring. So that transport layer will be control the amount data to be transmitted. For example, we can be two systems having our system having the speed of transmission about 10 MB per second, and the server having 100 MB per speed. So the server to ours as 20 MB per second speed. We have only 10 MB per second speed. So what we can be do? So the transfer layers communicate this transport layer. You can already see that flow control. Flow control means it's a we already said we having the speed. Our system having the speed, also having the speed, mobile having the speed of 10 MB per seconds, and the server having the speed of 100 MB per second. But the data can be fast to that a particular speed more than the host speed. So that transport layer communicate with that particular server and tell that I have the 100 MB per second speed. You must transfer the data that particular. Error control means data unit is received or not. It will be checked the all data should be received or not. Okay, this is three function of transport layer: control, error control, and segmentation. So let's discuss about the next layer. Okay, so next layer is, what is the next layer? Network layer. It routes the signal, the different channel from one node to another. So the main function of the network layer is route the signal to different channel from one node to another, and it acts as a controller. It's the subnet traffic, and it's decided by which route the data should be take, and it's divide the outgoing message into packets. That in network layer, we already said that we having one segment. That means we already having so we already having one segment from taken from transport layer, and this one packets, that's mean we want IP address that also we added to that particular segment. That means sender address and receiver address. So there are two kind of addressing. That means logical addressing. Logical addressing that being done in this network layer, because that we can be put that particular sender IP address. That means add to that particular segment. So logical addressing done by that particular layer, that means network layer, and that segment to be converted into packets and logical address to be added to this network. Then next one is decide outgoing message into, that means path determination. So it's divide the outgoing message into packets and it manage the network net traffic. That means path determination. That means the network layer determine how the data can be flow through next destination. That there are we using different types, the open shorted path first algorithm or border gate protocol, something like for that. In that path determination, the network layer which way the data can be passed to one host to another. So this is the main function of network layer. So it's divide, that means packaging, logical addressing, and path determination. These are the main function of that network layer. So next we considered about data link layer. Already said that there are two type of addressing. That means logical addressing and physical addressing. That is, physical addressing is done by this. Let's make sure the data is error free and synchronize the information. And third one, transmitting and receiving the data frame sequentially. And the fourth one, send and accept acknowledgement for that frames. Last one, establish the logical layer between the two nodes and also manage the frame traffic control. That's it. That in this data link layer, these all segment and packet also converted as a frame, and that frame will be transferred to that next layer. So in this access the media, that means in this data control how data is be placed and received from that media is designed by that data link layer. So in data link layer, the frame is that packet is converted into as a frame. Okay, so that frame having one head and tail is also converted to one network to another. So this is that main function of data link layer. So let's we go to next slide, that is physical layer. The physical layer is that lower layer or slowest layer of OSI model. And this maintain and deactivate the physical connection and transmission and reception of the unstructured raw data. Next, in this physical address, the mainly we can be said that the data can be passed or communication between passed through one host to another through as a bit. So in that frame, we can be converted as a bit. So this bit will be converted. This in you already know about that encoding and data encoding and data decoding process will be done in this particular layer. So physical layer, the main function of the physical layer is that data encoding and decoding. At the time of sending is the encoding, at the time of receiving it's decoding, because we get that data as a signal, that means bit, that will be converted into segment and is given to that particular upper layer, and also it will be converting that frame to bit. So done in this physical layer. So these are the main function of several layers in this ISO OSI reference model. Is easy to identify. You can just hear one thing also. In physical layer is as data encoding, and data link layer is error free, and network layer is a packets, a transfer layer is a smaller units, and section layer synchronization, and presentation layer encryption and conversion, and application layer to user. Mainly it said that its physical layer is in bit, and a data link layer it's a frame, and network layer it's a packets, and transport layer is a segment. Then section layer, section protocol data unit, and presentation layer, presentation protocol data unit, and application protocol data unit. So these are the main function of ISO OSI reference model. Okay, so in this ISO OSI reference model, you can be see that these are the main function of ISO OSI reference model. So when two system will be communicated in the ISO OSI reference model structure, this layer concept will be followed, or in between that network communication, this process will be done. Okay, so I hope you, I appreciate and thank for listening my lesson. And okay, thank you all, thanking you all. Stay home and stay safe. Okay.